The Electoral Commission says it is aiming to declare the results of the 2020 election at most 24 hours after the polls close. It will be a marked departure from previous elections where the results have been declared several days after. Speaking at an election colloquium organized by the Star Ghana Foundation in collaboration with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, Director of Elections, Dr. Srebo Kweku, said considerable planning has been done to ensure the 2020 election is Ghana's best ever. The colloquium was to consider lessons learned from previous elections to ensure the 2020 election is peaceful. In setting the tone for the conversation, the Executive Director of CDD Ghana, Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh, highlighted some red flags which could negatively impact the peacefulness of the polls.
Really is on our minds mostly when we talk about election peace and security, the issue of political vigilantism, which has been a matter that has come to the fore certainly since the 2008 elections, but even before that. But I think has grown and gained greater national notoriety since the 2016 elections. I think it began to emerge soon after the elections in a number of post-election incidents, as well as during the transition between the two parties. But I think it reached its lowest ebb with the events surrounding the Ayawaso West Wagon by-election.
Superintendent Henry Eyisi-Mensah, who represented the IGP, assured a number of measures have been instituted to avert some of the lapses identified in previous elections.
As the lead internal security organization and the chair of the National Election Security Task Force, we acknowledge the fact that the stakes are high in terms of security. So a number of pragmatic measures have been put in place towards the forthcoming election before, during, and after. We have conducted a very comprehensive threat assessment, and we've identified quite a number of issues that we think can have a negative impact on the forthcoming elections.
Member of the UN mediation team, Emmanuel Bombande, was however of the opinion the plans and laws alone will not suffice in ensuring a peaceful poll.
I am committed to non-violence in the elections rather than there is a law on vigilantism. The two are different. When you say the law on vigilantism will deal with you on a political platform, you are transferring responsibility for somebody else to do something. And you enumerated the difficulties about that. But when you begin with I, for example, I sitting here, I'm committed to non-violence. That is me. Before then we talk about anything else. It makes a difference. I wish there could be the type of support for our Peace Council to engage in
The Electoral Commission on its part says it remains ready to deliver on its mandate.
We should expect credible election, the best election in the history of Mother Ghana. For the first time, almost all our materials are at the regions more than 2 weeks to the election. And I know by the course of tomorrow, our registered and ballot pairs will be at the regions. So that tells you that we have planned ahead of time, and we are sure that the parties are also involved. And it's like all things being equal, by the next day, before we go to bed, we'll have declared the results. So our plan is that we want to declare results on the 8th of December. That's why I said that this year's election is going to be the best, because we are putting in place all the planning that it needs, and we are getting all the support that we need. All the logistics have been put in place. The regions and the districts have been asked to submit what they will need to make our dream of declaring the results the next day a reality.